In this weekly horoscope, we'll cover all star signs. If you want, you can jump over to your sign by clicking on time link in the video description below, where you'll also find a link where you can get your free personalized astrology reading. If you'll like this video, please give it thumbs up. And subscribe to receive free weekly and monthly horoscopes. Let's start with Gemini. This is the week when it's important for you to be the most Gemini you can be. Remember that the sun is now in your sign, the karmic north node is in Gemini, and the planet of relating, Venus, is in Gemini too. Therefore, use your wit, your clever thinking, your ability to multitask and communicate well to good effect. Keep yourself busy, take on a writing project, or look at new ways of passing on information. There will always be other people who don't like what you do or say, but don't let that stop you. You might be feeling the effects of the powerful lunar eclipse as the new week begins. Consider where you need to stand up for yourself. Although, do think twice whether it's worth getting into an argument. A better strategy might be to stand down, for now at least. Neptune's swirling around this week in Pisces and your career and vocation sector. It's square to the Sun in Gemini on Thursday 11th and conjunct Mars in Pisces on Saturday 13th. If you're having a career crisis or you're unsure what the future holds, this could feel unsettling. If anything, this isn't the best week to make a major decision. Events might happen that help you see where you need to move on, but otherwise hold tight for now if you can. Yet, remember too that Neptune's a creative influence inviting you to lose yourself in a good way. You may feel inspired creatively and be on a new journey, one that brings out your inner poet, musician, art, or designer. Cancer. This is a week to be patient, especially if you're waiting on other people or you have work or health issues that you need to get sorted. As the week begins, you may still feel the tension and strong emotions that can kick in during the lunar eclipse. This week, both the Sun and the planet of relating, Venus, are hidden away in your birth chart in the sign of Gemini. This turns your focus inwards, so be careful of overthinking or allowing negative thoughts to dominate. Notice when your mind gets carried away and take control. If your thoughts are running too fast, slow things down via meditation, a long walk, a soak in the bath. This could be a time when you're dealing with ill health, unemployment, or a stressful situation. If this is true for you, it's even more important to prioritize self-care. For now, conserve your energy, don't take on too much, and avoid those people in your life you find difficult. If you need to nest or rest, give in to a slower pace of life. Neptune is active this week too, which can feel disorienting but is also a great source and influence for daydreaming and the realm of the imagination. Neptune's potentially a creative and compassionate influence. Do something inspiring and lose yourself in art, music, poetry, or beauty. Read fiction or dive deep into the film. Neptune is in Pisces and the sector of your horoscope where you find meaning or purpose. You need an activity now that takes you beyond the everyday. Find your muse, your romantic channel or outlet, and give it to others. Leo. This week feels like a week of stops and starts, so notice when you're ready to pull back and rest and when you're firing on all cylinders. Both the Sun, your ruler, and the planet of relating, Venus, are currently in Gemini and your friendship and group sector. Being around other people could bring you a real buzz, whether you're having fun, inspiring each other, or learning something new. If you're typical Leo, you enjoy having other people in your life. Now the Sun is in Gemini, you'll want to reach out more to socialize with others and to gain support in your life. Yet, this needs to happen responsibly, so ride the wave of a lockdown or other people's expectations well. Be clear in yourself as to what's right and wrong for you. Your ruler, the Sun, is square to Neptune on Thursday 11th. This can feel disorienting and sometimes, you lose clear sight of yourself. This is a time when it's easy to be led astray or influenced by other people, when this may not be the best strategy for you personally. This is linked to money matters as Pisces rules joint finances in your horoscope. The Mars-Neptune conjunction on Saturday 13th falls in this same sector. Therefore, keep close tabs on money and don't allow other people to take control of your finances or influence you overly. There's a theme of giving and you may feel a strong urge to get involved in a fundraiser or help a local charity. And, some of you may find you're extremely creative when it comes to making money too. Keep clear boundaries in place and prioritize your health and well-being. It may not be the easiest week as Pisces can stir up deep emotions. If so, ensure you have activities lined up which you can lose yourself in a good way. Virgo. Both the Sun and the planet of relating, Venus, are currently in Gemini, the star sign at the peak of your horoscope. Gemini rules your career and vocation, your future and where you're heading. Therefore, you have to look ahead and think about what next. The current astrological climate is perfect for mulling things over, playing around with new ideas and exploring study options. At times, you may feel disillusioned with your current situation and there is a theme of one step forward and two steps back. Remember that your ruling planet, Mercury, is gearing up to turn retrograde next week. It will remain on go slow until July 12, so focus on mid-July for your next big move. There are some planetary influences this week which could be holding you back, either real or imaginary. Your situation at home could stop you doing what you want. Or perhaps, you feel unprepared about taking on a new role or position. If so, this links into the eclipse energy which is still strong as the week begins. The other planet in the mix this week is Neptune in your opposite star sign Pisces. Neptune squares the Sun on Thursday 11th and is conjunct Mars in Pisces on Saturday 13th. Worries about a loved one might add to your own confusion. Or, perhaps you are feeling unsure about a love or business partnership. It's a complex picture and it's important to try and differentiate between what's real and what's not. Don't allow another person to stop you living your own life. It's always easier when the ones you love cheer you on, but if they have their own agenda, that may not happen. Be wary of seduction or temptation as this is Neptune's realm. Not everyone may have your best interests at heart. Having said that, some of you may be more than willing to dive head first into a romantic affair, the perfect escape perhaps from everyday routine. Do what's right for you, but know that Neptune's realm is fantasy rather than reality. Libra. Your ruling planet Venus and the Sun are both in your fellow air sign of Gemini this week, ruling travel and study. If you're feeling restless and you know you want to get away or do something different, here's the reason why. Also, the lunar eclipse cut across the same sectors of your horoscope. It's not easy to want to open up and expand your life when that's not possible. Yet, at the same time, there are always things you can do to keep yourself inspired and feel that you're part of the global village. This could, however, be a tricky time for you if you're waiting on exams, having to rearrange travel plans, or you're involved in some kind of legal situation. When your ruling planet is retrograde or in retreat, it can feel frustrating. You may be feeling confused or disillusioned about recent world events too, or saddened by other people's beliefs or actions. Neptune is in on the act this week, which sometimes delivers a fuzzy picture and it's hard to seek the truth. If your work or health is affected by what's going on in your own life, it's even more important to take the pace slow. Do what you can, let go of anything that's not working out, and switch on your patience gene. This week, you might need it more than usual. The Mars-Neptune conjunction on Saturday 13th pulls in your partner planet. The Mars-Neptune vibe could be romantic for you. Certainly, there's a theme of seduction, also temptation. Try not to allow yourself to be fooled and keep your options open. It's a good week to use your clever Libra brain and stay logical and rational, especially in the face of misinformation or persuasive tactics. Scorpio. The majority of the current planetary action is taking place in the air sign Gemini, ruling your joint finances, also the hidden side of life. Both the Sun and the planet of relating, Venus, are currently in Gemini. You may be undergoing some significant changes now, a time of transition, or even transformation. Yet, money matters could be a cause for concern, especially as the lunar eclipse highlighted the financial axis of your horoscope. Try to conserve what you have and keep your money safe. Do what you can to stop fear kicking in if you have debts to pay or you're wondering where the next paycheck's coming from. Neptune is also a key player this week, which does mean you can feel disoriented or unsure about your next steps. However, Neptune is in Pisces, a fellow water sign, and this is one of the most creative sectors of your horoscope. When Mars, your ruler, teams up with Neptune at the weekend, this could be a great time for making an inspired move around money, value or self-worth. When Neptune's active, you're being invited to let go of control. You have to give into life as it is and learn to go with the flow. This applies to romance, your situation as a parent, and your creativity too. Embrace the things in life that inspire you and find your escape, your muse. Sagittarius. Other people are playing a key role in your life, in relation to your well-being. Both the Sun and the planet of relating, Venus, are currently in Gemini and your relationship sector. Sometimes, you end up giving too much when the planets are lined up in your opposite star sign. Or, you recognize where other people are calling the shots. The recent lunar eclipse highlighted your one-to-ones, both personal and professional. Therefore, when it comes to close relationships, you may need to take a step back or put clear boundaries in place. You might be the one who has to say no, especially if you're not getting what you want or deserve from another person. Don't give all your power away or leave the tank empty if you're running around after others. Neptune's planetary influence is also strong this week, and Neptune is currently in Pisces at the base of your horoscope. This rules your home and family. You may have conflicting wants or needs in these areas of your life. Or, feel rootless or worried about loved ones. Whatever's going on for you personally, try not to let fear kick in and talk to people you trust. This period is showing who's on your side and who you need to move away from. The Mars-Neptune conjunction at the weekend works both ways. It could flag up an emotional issue around your home or family. Yet, it's creative and great for getting involved in a DIY activity or channeling your creativity into interior design. Home could be a welcome escape for you at the weekend, a place where you can tend to your own needs and come back to yourself. Find your place of retreat. Capricorn. Both the Sun and the planet of relating, Venus, are currently in Gemini, the star sign that rules your work and routine, your lifestyle and your health. This is a busy combination for you and your mind could be working overtime. Try not to take on too much or put yourself in the way of stress. You work best when you can deal with one task at a time rather than having to multitask wildly. Having said that, you may be full of good ideas and want to talk to many different people. If this comes from a place of wanting to help others or source inspiration, go for it. The lunar eclipse also picked up on your work and health. This symbolism could mean that a work contract comes to an end or a health issue kicks in. Deal with whatever comes your way and, if you need to stop or take a break, make it happen. Prioritize your well-being and don't overload your schedule. Learn when and how to say no. Neptune is in on the action this week and this can bring confusion, rather than provide answers. Neptune's strong on Thursday 11th when it's square to the Sun in Gemini and Saturday 13th when Mars and Neptune align. Therefore, this is a good week to deal with the facts and ask questions. If you keep getting a repeat message that it's time to do things differently, listen. Learn to trust your intuition so you know when you're on track and when you're off track. Neptune is currently in Pisces and your communication sector, which is lovely for dreams and visualization. Draw up a mind map if you're seeking guidance around work. Allow Neptune to inspire your creative process. Aquarius. Both the Sun and the planet of relating, Venus, are currently in your fellow air sign Gemini this week, the sign that rules all the good things in life in your horoscope. The focus is on play rather than work. Gemini lights up your romance sector, children and parenting, entertainment, and creative projects. There will be times this week when you can do more of what you love and enjoy yourself to the full. And, this is a time to do just that, to prioritize the things you love and bring more enjoyment into your work or routine. There are a couple of planetary aspects however which are trickier to deal with. Firstly, Neptune is strong this week in Pisces and your money sector. Neptune clashes with the Sun in Gemini on Thursday 11th and aligns with Mars in Pisces on Saturday 13th. This means you're wise to keep a close tab on finances and don't allow yourself to be seduced or scammed. Play it safe when it comes to cash. Also, Gemini rules children and lovers in your horoscope. Here too, the best advice to give is to be streetwise around money. It may be that someone close to you is in danger of being fooled. Or, someone needs support and encouragement, especially if finances have taken an about turn. Yet, the Mars-Neptune alliance is potentially creative and inspirational when it comes to money. If you need a new venture or activity that could boost your finances, this is the time to try out new ideas. When it comes to love, it's important to look at what's working and what's not. This is the central theme of Venus retrograde in your romance sector. Plus, Gemini rules communication. Explore all options and keep the lines of communication open during this period. It's not the time to make any final love decisions. Pisces. The planet of relating, Venus is currently in Gemini along with the Sun. Gemini rules your home and family, your past, and where you come from. This area of your life is especially lively, with some ups and downs along the way. This is partly because of the recent lunar eclipse which cut across the Gemini-Sagittarius axis of the zodiac, highlighting the foundations of your life. You may already recognize where things are shifting and where you need to make some key decisions before too long. The work-life balance is under review. You might have to dig in your heels if you want or need to put work and career first. Or, you could feel disappointed if someone at home lets you down. You could win on the one hand but lose on the other. You can have one thing but not both. Think about how this might apply to your own life, especially with regard to your security, your family, where you live. Also, this week, your planet Neptune is the major player. Firstly, the connection between the Sun and Neptune on Thursday 11th feels unsettling as if you're unsure about what's going on. You may be feeling confused about where you're heading and why. The Mars-Neptune alliance in Pisces on Saturday 13th picks up a similar theme. Ride the waves of life this week and go with the flow. Don't worry too much about the end destination. Instead, focus on the journey even if you're unsure where you're going to end up. Also, tap into Neptune's positive qualities. Enjoy a glass of wine with a friend, immerse yourself in beauty, spirituality, music, art or poetry. If you're a typical Sun Pisces, you'll know how to lose yourself in a good way. Aries. Both the Sun and the planet of relating, Venus, are currently in Gemini, the sign which rules communication in your horoscope. This is usually a busy period when you're running here, there and everywhere. You might be taking more short trips than usual or be caught up with transport or technology updates. Gemini rules your siblings and neighbors, your local community too. You could have a strong sense that life's opening up more and you want to play an active role in this new phase. This week, however, it's important that you don't wear yourself out trying to do much or you take on too much. This remains a retrograde period when you're wise to slow things down rather than overly speed up. Plus, your ruling planet Mars is in Pisces and the most hidden sector of your horoscope. Pisces is a water sign, emotional and sensitive, and this is a time to go with the flow rather than rush ahead. Be careful that you don't dip into negative thinking. And, if you can't make things work out, try to be accepting rather than blaming. Neptune is in on the act as well, and Neptune rules dreams and the imagination. At times, you could feel unsettled this week or you may fear what's to come. Perhaps, you're worried about test results or you're experiencing a spiritual crisis or you're fearful about world events. Whatever's going on for you, don't let fear hold you back from expressing what you have to say. Write things down, talk to people, and express your thoughts and feelings. At the weekend, you're wise to take a step back even if you're busy throughout the week. The Mars-Neptune alliance is great for prayer or meditation, relaxation, or recharging the batteries. Find your spiritual place, rest and sleep, seek inspiration. Taurus. Both the Sun and your ruling planet, Venus, are currently in Gemini and your personal money sector. If you find yourself talking about finances and values a lot, this is one reason why. Another reason is the fact that the recent lunar eclipse cut across the financial axis of your horoscope. You can't help but prioritize money matters when the eclipses light up these key sectors of your birth chart. Notice what's being eclipsed, or where you need to reassess your finances. Your star sign Taurus is linked to money, and you're at your best when you feel emotionally and financially secure. Sometimes, it can be enough to have food on the table and a roof over your head. You may experience fear around money or security now. Or, perhaps you don't receive the news you were hoping for. This isn't the best week to press ahead with money matters. Instead, take your time. You will find a way through, but not straight away. Neptune's active this week too, which is why you could feel disillusioned with the current state of affairs. Also, you may be worried about a good friend as Neptune is in Pisces and your friendship sector. Be there for one another if this is the case, as Neptune is sensitive, compassionate, and caring. Yet, Neptune's a creative influence, so get together with your best friends and work things out between you. The Mars-Neptune alliance at the weekend is great for inspiration and clever ideas. Mars is your partner planet, so encourage your other half to do the same. If they're feeling downhearted or disillusioned, prioritize romance or find an escape outlet from the everyday. Love, simple pleasures, connection, nature, harmony are your go-to areas. When these are your values, any difficulties can begin to fade into the background. We hope that you liked this video. If yes, please give it like. And don't forget to get your personalized astrology reading today by following a link in the video description below. And subscribe to receive free weekly and monthly horoscopes. Thank you for attention, see you next time.